Welcome back to another show and tell video. Today we're going to take a look at an assembly issue, and it has to do with a possible incompatibility between a rifle style barrel extension versus an M4 style feed ramp equipped receiver, and whether or not that may cause some problems for you due to dimension incompatibility. So if we take a look at an ideal example here, let's try to clear this table here real quickly. If we have a pure M4 barrel, M4 uh, type of receiver, or let's say a carbine style barrel extension, hopefully we can actually see here. I'll try to get another light into the picture. Hopefully it won't create too much glare. But if you see here, from the ramps coming down from the silvery part of the rifle barrel extension, you can then see the continuation onto the M4 feed ramps on the receiver. Let's see if I can get that to show up there. So it is a pretty smooth, continuous ramp between the two surfaces there. And that is what you ideally want. That way, the tip of a cartridge being directed into the chamber has a smooth ramp surface between the two pieces there to feed upwards. Likewise, in a rifle style extension with a rifle style receiver, the ramp angle is a little bit different. And if we go ahead and take this apart here live, get a light here again, you may notice that you can see the silvery portion of the barrel, the ramp at the bottom of the chamber portion of the barrel extension, but the darker area of the receiver does not have any ramp surfaces. And if you notice, the end of the ramp of the rifle barrel extension ends exactly where the edges of the top of the receiver are on that circular arc. So there is no actual ramp portion on the receiver portion here where it mates with the barrel extension. Now, we continue with might be the incompatibility issue. Let's take a look at a rifle barrel extension, but this is actually attached. This is an FN barrel, but this is attached to an FN M4 receiver. So this may actually cause some compatibility issues. So we go ahead and take this apart and get a light on here. We may be able to see what I'm talking about. So here we can see the silvery portion of the barrel extension, right? And then we can see there is a slight indentation on the FN M4 receiver there. Now, it's not as pronounced as some other M4 uh, receivers from other forgings. So these actually are very slight, but there's just enough of a surface difference between the silver portion of the barrel extension versus the darker area there where there's actually slight cutouts of the M4 uh, receiver along this arc right here. So it's possible that when a cartridge is being introduced to the chamber in this direction, that there might be the slightest holdup right against those two areas here and here. but is very slight. You can feel it with a probe, but whether or not that slight difference will possibly create a burr on the tip of your cartridge before it's loaded, or whether or not it may cause a misfeed, or whether or not it will not affect anything at all. I do not have the data on that. So if anybody does know from experience, you can see right there, particularly if you can see that reflection I have right there, you might be able to see that slight edge that I'm trying to highlight on camera. But taking a quick look at a few different variations that you got to keep in mind when doing some barrel to receiver assemblies, whether or not you have a rifle barrel extension to a rifle receiver with no ramps, whether you have an M4 style barrel with M4 barrel extension with some pretty deep angle ramps going into also as well M4 receiver with M4 feed ramps that are also as deep, or if you have something like this, which you should probably not do, but might be able to get away with a very slight angled ramped M4 receiver on a setup with a rifle extension style of barrel extension. Whether or not this is helpful or not, take it for what you will. This has been another show and tell video. Feel free to check out the show and tell videos on the channel. We also do unboxing videos as well as a selection of book review media reviews. Feel free to check all these out. Feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.